Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by Bronx. This is Tarot Talk. These are Tarot Things, and I'm your host, Boogie Down Bronx, and I'm here to take care of the Cancerians. Cancer, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This reading can resonate for you if you have Cancer as a Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, or South Node sign. I got a couple things to shout out today. So first things first, quick shout out to my Patreon. If you're interested in seeing the November love energy reading for if you're dealing with soulmate, twin flame, karmic, whoever, go to my Patreon, subscribe. Everything's in the description box down below for also extended readings. So I do 3 extended readings for whichever signs do the best. So far, we're going to do Scorpio extended, Virgo extended, and then one more depending on how much y'all watch the video. So if you want to see your fave extended, run up them views and then it'll be on Patreon. Shout out to this. If you want one of these, a crew neck, whatever sign you want, Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, all of them are on the website. All that information is down below. And then the last thing I'm going to shout out before we get into your reading are these Amaze Balls. Aries, yes, Aries, the zodiac sign, essential gummies. All right, if you're interested in CBD products, I actually eat these every day. If you know the watermelon Sour Patch gummies, they taste literally like that. So I try not to eat them all in one sitting. But these are really good to help you relax, help you sleep. Take a few a day and you're good to go. Get that anxiety under control. That information is also down below. So thank you for listening to me rant. Well, it wasn't rant. It was good information. I hope you didn't skip it. Now, let's get into your reading, Cancer. Last time we spoke, and then I also did an extended for you guys on my Patreon because y'all really enjoyed the reading. We talked about that there was somebody or a group of people around you that did not need to be present while you were going to this level of your life because they seemed to be chaotic and seemed to be bringing you down. So let's see what energies we're at now for November. You have going in circles. What energy are we at for November for Cancer? Going in circles. Can you clarify going in circles? Can you clarify going in circles for Cancer? Let karma handle it. And fact check. Let's clarify fact check. A fact check for Cancer's strategy needed before action is taken. Okay. So for some of you right now, you feel like you are going in circles about a particular person or situation. You're like, I don't really know. Where's the next level? Where do I need to go from here? Right? So, and then you have let karma handle it. Some of you are still kind of waiting for some type of reparations, or you're waiting for something to, be worked out in your favor or on your behalf. So you don't have to take matters into your own hands. This is a very karmic time. So let's see what's going on here. I'm going to pull from my everything deck for you. All right, whereas Cancer seems to be going in circles right now about what? Job loss or decrease. Some of you have felt like work is slowing down, or maybe you've lost a form of income or a job possibly, and you're like, I don't really know what's going on from here. Entrepreneurship. A lot of you are also on the fence about figuring out if you want to take things to the next level in an entrepreneur way. You're like, okay, what do I really want to do? I just feel like a lot of you are kind of in this place where maybe you're doing the same things over and over and over, and you're wanting to take it to the next level, or you're trying to figure out how to expand in your career life or in some form or fashion. You're like, what is next? What is next? All right, let's see what else is coming towards Cancer. You have creativity. Some of you need to be in a more creative field or a more creative place is what I heard. Some of you are not in a creative environment enough where you're not around enough people that can push you out of your creative box or your creative comfort zone. So you either need to get more around different types of people, or people that are more like-minded like you, or do more things like you, or artists, or, like if you're working at like corporate or you're an accountant job, but you know your heart is in the arts, you're not going to be feeling creative at your accounting job, right? You're going to be feeling very like a creative block because you're not around those types of people. You're not in a artistic enough environment to like really pull you into where you want to be, where you want to go. Okay. What else? What else for Cancers here? What else does Cancer needs to know at this time? Some of you are dealing with some legal matters, or you might have some legal matters coming up where it's saying let karma handle it. Maybe somebody does something, or there's something that, for some of you, I'm picking up on like a car situation, or like a hacking situation, or like a bank situation possibly, but something along the lines of there's contracts involved here, or there's some legal, or there's enforcement, something like that. Strategy is needed. Let's see. What is the strategy needed for Cancers at this time? What strategy is needed for Cancer placements? Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, South Node. You have fame. You have crying or release. What strategy is needed for Cancer at this time? Stop searching for external answers. You have self-love. You have internship. Artists. Yeah, a lot of you need to like, there's a big creative block I'm picking up on for you Cancers. Emotionally. There's emotional blockages too. And you know, every sign has their strength, and they have their same strength can be what also is their biggest weakness, their biggest challenge. So for you, for example, Cancers, a lot of you have this idea of where you want to be, or you know that there's certain actions required to get there, or you kind of have this feeling about what you want to be. Maybe you don't have a fully clear vision, but you know how you want to feel, right? Your superpower is feeling. You're a water sign, cardinal water sign. Cardinal signs start the seasons. You're an initiator. You're a go-getter. You're a starter. However, you also struggle with action-oriented things because a lot of your feelings get in the way. That's just what happens with water signs. And that is why Cancer is square Aries, right? Square means it doesn't mesh well. It creates tension. Cancer is about feeling. Aries is about doing, right? And so is Capricorn, in a sense, your opposite sign. So a lot of you are feeling very blocked because you might not even know that there's just a lot of emotion built up within you. And in order to feel more creative, in order to feel like you know exactly where to take your art next, or you know where to take your career next, you have to get some of those old emotions out. You have to release or cry, or you have to do something that sparks more emotion within you. Some of you have been so detached from your work, or you've been so detached from your friends or the work that you're doing. You've lost the sense of love for it, or you've lost the purpose, the intimacy behind it. Right. And so it can go either way. But either way, emotions are playing a big role in why you're not leveling up, or why you're not moving to the next level. You have to get more creative. And for some of you, that means that you have to release some of these emotions. Could be this envy, this guilt, right? You're holding on to guilt because our emotions, whether it deals with what we're directly involved with or not, they're still going to block. It's still going to block whatever. So you could be envious about something completely different, or you could feel guilty just in your life, or not living up to certain expectations of yourself. And you need to release that with self-love. The only way to combat that guilt is with self-love and compassion. Because keep in mind, your opposite sign is Capricorn. Capricorn is like super perfectionist, super, super hard on themselves, super responsible physically for a lot of things, feeling like the caregiver physically, right? The daddy of the zodiac sign. Cancer is the mommy. So emotionally, you have a lot of baggage that you're carrying from a whole bunch of different people right now. Yourself, these expectations emotionally placed on you, emotional expectations you placed on yourself. And so therefore, all that is going to affect your level of productivity. And that's why you have to kind of figure out a healthy medium. And that's especially true for if you have Cancer South or North Node, because you can't be so wrapped up in your emotions about things that it prevents you from taking action, the action that is necessary. Aries energy. Or it prevents you from handling your business. It prevents you from handling your responsibilities. Your opposite sign, Capricorn. You need to figure out how to, let your emotions be, or let them flow, or release them, but not let it stop you from taking action, not let it stop you from performing, not let it affect your self-esteem. Practice more self-love. A lot of you are letting some insecurities get the best of you. And while you're going in circles, you're not putting yourself out there, fame, to be seen, recognition, whatever it is, because there's some guilt, there's some feelings, there's some blockages that are stopping you. You need to be more creative, or you need to really let something spark your emotions and use them to fuel you to move forward, not to stop you from moving forward. You have internships. Some of you would do really well with being an intern, or maybe interning somebody. So it kind of sparks that emotion in you, or it gives you like some more to work with right now. So that's really where we are, Cancer. I feel like there's strategy needed before action is taken. A lot of you are looking for a lot of external ways. How do I get to the next level here, here, here? I'm telling you, everything is within you, because it's all about your emotions. Cancer, water sign, cardinal, initiator. Your emotions quite literally push you forward in a direction that you want to go. But if you don't let your emotions out, or you keep a lot of unhealthy or negative emotions bottled up, you're not going anywhere. You're not, because you're going against your natural nature, which is water, to flow. Something about you right now, something about your feelings are not flowing. You're not letting them out. You're not letting them in. Something is happening, and that's why you are going in circles. It has nothing to do with anything going on outside of you anymore. Stop searching for external answers. Everything that's hindering you has to do with your emotions at this time. Okay? So that's where we're at here. Any other advice before we get into some tarot? You have students, you have refund. Some of you would do really well as a student, or maybe teaching, because that'll give you a new sense of purpose or a new sense of direction. But I do feel like a lot of you would do better with taking some classes of something, and like, or being an intern, learning under someone. And that could give you this new direction that you're looking for. But again, it's up to you how you want to use that, how you want to do that. All right, so let's see what else we got for Cancer. Cancerians. All right. Cancer, sun, moon, rising, Venus, north, no, south, no. What's coming towards Cancer right now? What else is coming towards Cancer? What do we need to know? Two of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords. What's coming towards Cancer right now? King of Cups. Lots of emotion. You can't ignore that. That's a part of you. That's your nature. That's your superpower. Your superpower are your feelings. Your intuition is very blocked. You have the High Priestess in reverse. What else is coming towards Cancer? But just like I've been telling everybody right now that every single one of us, because of the eclipses, are being pushed outside of our comfort zone, but it depends in what way we're being pushed out. And it's more so about our nature of who we are and where we need to get more grounded or more disciplined. And so there's like a whole different scenario here that I feel like is unfair to you, or you feel like is unfair with the Justice card in reverse. Could have been something that happened in Libra season. Let karma handle it. But this situation over here is affecting everything else right now. Like, it's emotionally eating you up, or it's emotionally draining you, something that, something that's weighing on you emotionally, or something that you're trying to get over. It is affecting how fast you're moving forward, or it's affecting your spark right now, your creative spark, your ability to be more carefree, more spontaneous, more excited. So that's what I'm telling y'all, to handle that first. Okay, I know how bad you want to kind of like move on or move away from it or start a new cycle. You can't You can't until you deal with the emotional effects of another situation. It could be something that obviously deals with, it correlates to each other, but for a lot of you, I feel like it has nothing to do with your work, has nothing to do with whatever it is you're trying to do, but it's still affecting the energy and preventing you from moving, preventing you from moving forward, moving on. So we got to get that under control. All right, what is the advice now for Cancers right now? What other advice for Cancers we need to know in order to move them forward? 7 of Pentacles reverse. Chariot card, that's you, Cancer. What is the advice? 3 of Cups in reverse. 6 of Wands. What is the advice? Get your stress levels under control. 2 of Cups, focus on harmony, disconnect from those unhealthy. It's still that unhealthy, some of those unhealthy friendships, or maybe just the fact of separating from some people. It's still emotionally in your energy, is still bothering you. Or you're still feeling compelled to take on other people's emotional baggage. But that's, you're needing to separate from that codependency, that feeling of needing to take care of people. You need to take care of this person. You need to help them. You need to be there for them. You need to be emotionally supportive. No, you don't. You don't. You got to let people be supportive of themselves and care about themselves. Devil card reverse. 3 of Cups in reverse, because it's hindering you still. Like before, I feel like it was more physically hindering you. Now I feel like it's more, some things are emotionally hindering you. 2 of Cups. But there's some connections here that are still more balanced. You want to move towards those a lot more. Temperance could be a Sag energy to get you back into balance coming up here. Could be a Capricorn energy you're trying to get away from, or even a Virgo energy you're trying to get away from to feel more aligned or balanced. You got 6 of Wands, celebrating yourself more, your accomplishments, your achievements, being around people who celebrate you more. But we got to move forward. We got to move forward. We got to move this forward. Because a lot of you, again, are just spinning. You're in spinning. But it has to do with what's going on in here, not out here anymore. And how you are processing something. Let's see. What other fear of intimacy? Yeah. I think this came out for you at one point before. Surrender your fear of intimacy. A lot of you, like I said, you're disconnected from your emotions, and staying connected to unhealthy situations or people that are not available to you, don't really care about you, keeps you in this place of actually being emotionally unavailable. A lot of you guys might feel like, oh no, I'm really available. I'm very open. I'm very this, I'm very that. But if you're only super open with people who are emotionally distant or who are not available, that means that you are also emotionally unavailable to some capacity. Let's tap into them attachment styles. Let's tap into anxious and avoidant attachment. Okay. Some of you are not connecting to your work on a more intimate level. Some of you are not connecting to your friends on a more intimate level. Fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. You're going in circles right now, Cancer, because you are not allowing your emotions to fully come out through your work, through your friends, through your job, through your family, through your romantic relationships. You are holding back somehow. Or you are storing up all these negative emotions, these fears, this envy, this anxiety, any emotion that is like weighing you down, and you're like, why am I not progressing in my life or in my career? There's got to be a way that you can get more intimate, where you can let your emotions go and really get into it, because that's the only way it's going to take you to the next level. Again, I keep saying, Cancer, you are a water cardinal sign. Your emotions drive you. If you are not feeling, you're not going anywhere. You're going to be stagnant, because that is your nature. That is where your power is, within your ability to feel and to connect and be empathetic and compassionate with people. So maybe, like I said, consider more of a teaching position, or maybe consider being more of a student where you can be absorbing information and then giving it out. But there's a need, it's necessary for you to be more connected. A lot of you are disconnected and you're thinking, what do I need to do outside of myself? It's not what you need to do outside. There's nothing more physically you're needing to do. You've done it all. You're doing it. You need to do this open your heart, right? And figure out how to let that creativity flow. Because if there's a blockage with intimacy, there's a blockage with feeling. You know, like songwriters are able to write the most beautiful, moving pieces of music when they are heartbroken, when they are allowing their emotions to soar through. A lot of you have been so detached or just not allowing yourself to feel your feelings that it's not coming through your work. It's like you're doing it, but you're not the one doing it, right? It's just like you're just doing something. So, you know, next time you go through a situation or you realize you're blocking your feelings, or you're realizing that you're kind of keeping that guard up, that wall up that keeps you kind of at arm's length from your whatever you're doing or who you're connecting with, let that down, because that is where your most best work, your best friendships, your best relationships will come from, that vulnerability of you being able to express yourself. And you are going to see that is what gets you to move forward finally. That is why you are feeling so like, I'm not going anywhere. There's a blockage here. So that's what we got for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for watching. If this reading resonated for you, please let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to my YouTube so the channel can thrive, and my Patreon for extended readings. Everything will be discounted as well on my website for Black Friday and for this month. So check that out. Patreon gets early access, of course. And that's it. I am at Tarot by Bronx on everything.